What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Super exciting video today. What do you know? We're building some more arrows. Today we're going to be building my set of arrows that I'm going to be using this upcoming season in this, my Carbon Spider 34. We've been on this Factor Turbo build for a while. Switching gears a little bit here, this is my more everyday setup, 70-pound bow, lighter arrow. But we've got some really interesting arrows that I'm super excited about to build today. These are the Infinity 300 shafts from Nexxus Bow Hunting. If you guys don't know about Nexxus, it's a brand new arrow company out of Australia. The way I found out about it was Adam Greentree, who I follow on social media. He's part owner, part founder of the company. If you haven't heard about him, go check him out on Instagram. Super sweet concept, super sweet arrows. They're basically like the arrows that I just built for the Factor Turbo, being that they have this insert system with a protective sleeve that goes over the end of the shaft, basically, so it makes it super durable. And this video is not going to be like a full-length tutorial like my last arrow build video was. I'm going to be building them pretty much the exact same way. So if you want to see more in depth of what I'm going to do, I'll link that video up here and you can go watch that. But this is just going to be like a short to the point and more of like a review of these arrows because I'm super excited about them. So with that being said, let's get right into it. Okay guys, like I said, for this build, we're going to be using these 300 spine Nexxus arrows. They're a 4mm shaft, so they're super micro diameter, but they're super durable. And they come with these insert-outsert systems. These are the 50 grain with the aluminum sleeves. You can also get a 75 grain if you get the titanium sleeve. They're out of stock when I went to order, so I just went ahead and went with the 50 grains because I wanted them. But let's take a quick detour here. These are the wraps that I'm going to use. These are from Whitewater Archery. You can check them out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I love these wraps. I've been using them pretty much on every set of arrows that I've built for pretty much the last year and a half, 2 years. Really like the company, really like the wraps. They're a great product, and I just want to give a shout out to them and their customer service because I've been ordering, like I said, I've been ordering for a while. Just ordered some more because I needed them for this arrow build, and I pulled these out of the package and I was like, oh shoot, they sent me the wrong wraps. But then I pulled out the letter, and basically just because I've been buying enough wraps, they just sent me just like a grab bag of a bunch of cool random wraps. So that's super awesome. Go follow them. Also gave me a little sticker. Just wanted to give them a quick shout out, not sponsor or anything, but I just thought that was super cool. I love companies like that with great customer service. So yeah, we're going to be doing a 5-inch long by 1-inch wide wrap on these. So yeah, let's get started with the build. So if you watched my other arrow build, you'll know the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take the knocks out, make sure that it's just shaft all the way through, nothing in it, and I'm going to spin test them to find which end is the least straight end. And I already did that with these arrows, and I was super surprised at how consistent these are because I think they only claim 0.003 or 0.03 on their website, but they're definitely way straighter than that. I can already tell just by how they spun. And if you remember on my Axis arrows, I actually had to wipe off the labels because I had to cut from different sides. But these arrows, pretty much, there wasn't much wobble on any end, but most of the wobble was all on the ends that you would typically cut. So I'm not going to have to wipe the wraps off, or wipe the labels off on these. I'm just going to cut everything from the front. So I've already marked out how long these arrows need to be here on my arrow saw based on the arrows that I was shooting last year. So we're going to get them all cut. Again, I'm not going to bore you with that process. If you want to see that, go check out the other video. Let's get them cut. Shafts have all been cut right here. So the next step is going to be squaring off both ends of the arrow on this little G5 square device. You can get these pretty cheap. Now that the ends of our arrows are all squared on both sides, knock and broadhead side, we're going to take some rubbing alcohol, some Q-tips, some paper towels, and we're going to clean the insides and the edges of where we just cut and sanded very good to make sure we have proper adhesion and nothing blocking our knocks. So that's going to be our next step. Alright guys, both ends of the shafts are nice and cleaned out. So next step is going to be reinstalling the knocks that came with it. I'm not doing any kind of special knocks on these, just the standard ones that came with the arrows. We're going to throw them back in. So our next step is going to be gluing in the inserts. Like I said, these are the insert-outsert system that comes with these arrows. It's called the Defender system. It's a 2-piece system. So much like the Ethics archery system, and I'll be comparing the two later, But this is the main insert that goes into the shaft. This part right here is going to be glued into the arrow shaft. It's got these threads that the collar threads right down onto. And again, like the Ethics archery system, you can either glue the collar on as well, or you can just have it slide on there. And this one's even nicer because it does screw on. So I'm not going to glue the collar. I'm only going to glue this insert piece, and then I'm just going to screw the collar on. So that's our next step. We're going to use our hot melt again, just like the last video. If you want to see more specifics, go back to that one. All of the insert components are in. I haven't put the sleeves on yet, but first I'm going to just spin these, make sure everything's okay, make sure nothing's like not sanded flush, because I can always go back and change that. That's why I love the hot melt glue, because you can just pull it out so easy. So I'm going to spin these real quick, and then we're going to get on to the next step, which is going to be fletching. And man, aren't they turning out pretty. I love these arrows already. Okay guys, we just spun test all of them and put these the sleeves on. I'm super impressed with how well these are spinning. Honestly, like, very impressed with these arrows. If they shoot well and are as durable as what I think they're going to be from the testing I've seen, I might not ever buy a different arrow. Like, these are just already super impressive to me. But we're going to do a 3-fletch 3-inch fusion vein just like we did on the last one. I really like these veins. I've had great luck with them. They're really durable, they stick well, they steer broadheads really good. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to weigh all of our components to get the closest to each other as we can for consistency and accuracy purposes. Again, I broke all that down in building the arrow for my Factor Turbo, so if you want to go see the specific details, make sure you go watch that video, because that's what we're going to do next, and I'll show you guys what it's going to be when we're done. Okay guys, so basically just what I just did, separated all my components into piles by weight, lightest to heaviest, lightest to heaviest. So the heavier components are going to go with the lighter arrows, the lighter components are going to go with the heavier arrows, to try to bring everything back to a good average. I probably should have put the wraps on first, I forgot that, but it should hopefully not matter too much. So we're going to go and get them wrapped up and fletched up, and I'll show you guys after, and hopefully our consistency is going to be really tight by doing this extra steps. A little bit extra work, but I definitely think it helps make, especially if you're going to shoot long range, helps make your arrows more accurate. Alright everybody, we got our last arrow finishing gluing up here. Got the rest of them done, just kind of separating them based on how they're spinning. They're all spinning really good, but I'm getting real nitpicky here for my broadhead arrows. And I mean, this is a 2-blade 100-grain broadhead, and just watch how this arrow spins. I mean, it is just absolutely perfect. You can't ask for anything more from a hunting arrow, really. I mean, with a big old fixed blade broadhead, these Nexxus arrows are no joke. So that's how it spins. So let's get you guys a quick finished weight. I just have a tiny bit of glue left to add, my tipping and tailing glue, but that's really not going to change any of the weight, at least anything that we're worried about. So we got it zeroed out here. This is a 100-grain point, mind you. It's a Magnus Stinger buzz, or not a buzz cut, it's just a Magnus Stinger. 100-grain 2-blade. These arrows are finishing out right at about 462 grains. The length is 27 inches carbon to carbon. So there you go. 462 with basically 150 up front because the inserts are 50. Broadhead's going to be 100, the ones I'm going to use for these. So 462 grains. These should be killer. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this, make sure you leave me a like and go ahead and subscribe, because I got a lot more content like this coming out. Got plenty of off-season stuff to do with archery, and we're just getting started. So stay tuned, and hopefully we'll have a lot more videos coming out to you guys. Thank you.